Join ForumIAS Academy, trusted by hundreds of toppers, including IAS Rank 1 Anudeep Durishetty, Shruti Sharma, and Ishita Kishore.
Hello everyone, welcome to ForumIAS short series on public administration. Okay, so this topic is a very famous also, kind of a philosophical topic. Often it is said that it is difficult to understand, but in reality it is not that much difficult to understand. It all depends on how much clarity you are having when it comes to conceptual understanding, right? So the concept is the concept of positivism. The concept of positivism, right? In public administration, we see terms like modernism, postmodernism, empiricism, modernism, logicism. Obviously, this topic is one of them. See, two terms are very close to positivism. The first term is called empiricism. The second term is called modernism. The origin of this term, that is positivism, is said to be with the rise of this concept. We saw the modern age, the rise of Renaissance in Europe. This is more related to European aspect or European history. Right? Now, how this topic or theme or this concept came into picture, that is what is going to be our interest. Right? See, in 1859, the year was 1859, you may have heard about Charles Darwin, very famous biologist. He published one book. The name of book is On the Origin of Species. On the Origin of Species. In this book, he argued some extraordinary things which completely changed the perception of human thinking. Now, what was that? For understanding the same thing, we need to visit what was the belief system before 1859. Right? See, before 1859, church was one of the dominant player in European thinking. And it was believed that what church will say is right. Might is right. This philosophy was followed, right? So every decision was taken in form of intuition, right? Another name of intuition is belief. In GS4, we cover this because in ethics, specifically when we solve case study, many times, by intuition, we feel that this is the right decision, this is the moral decision. That is how we usually take decisions in some situation, which obviously you may see or you may have seen in case studies when you are practicing or giving UPSC mains exam. So it was believed that any decision, if it is correct by intuition or belief, any decision which is given by office holder in church is right, and their decisions were based on, their arguments were based on intuition or belief. And that was thought as a correct way of decision making. So this was one of the main reason for large scale superstition. Right? You may have heard about witch. Many women were killed simply because it was believed that they are witch, and which are banned in Christianity. But what happened on the origin of species, this I am going to rub, on the origin of species, Charles Darwin proved that human has evolved from primates, right? Human has evolved from primates by a long process scientific method and that is called what? Evolution. So here decisions are taken on the basis of belief, intuition, superstition. But here decisions were taken, theories were given on the basis of logic, on the basis of science, on the basis of facts. Because church believed that human has not been evolved, human has been made by God. Right? See, this small theory or thinking may look very simple, but the impact on social science was very, very revolutionary. Why? Because it changed the way of thinking among scholars. And scholars started believing that another way by which we can tackle any problem is logic, science, or fact, and that is what is called positivism. The same thing is known as positivism. And remember this, whenever you see this term post-positivism or post-modernism, post-positivism or post-modernism, why it is difficult to understand? Why it is difficult to understand? Because this is directly linked with this, that is, it is directly challenging the philosophy of Charles Darwin, evolution. Right? But the impact on social science was huge, because now scholars started believing that rather than old method, we need to develop a new way of thinking, or new method of studying, or one best way to tackle any problem which human is facing. And remember that ultimately this same thinking led to industrial revolution. This same thinking led to revolution, because it was now believed that rather than superstition, we need to focus on evidence, we need to focus on reason, like Charles Darwin. Acha, why this was so impactful? Because you have eliminated God for discussing scientific explanations. And obviously, if you are eliminating God, there is going to be increase in space for logical thinking, and obviously it produced very powerful intellectual revolution. This powerful intellectual revolution is called positivism. Powerful intellectual revolution is called positivism, right? Which also gave birth to what? Modernism, right? So positivism, modernism, empiricism. Empiricism is a method. Positivism is a revolution, right? And modernism is what? A phenomena. And postmodernism actually challenges this same philosophy, which ultimately was a product of Charles Darwin, right? This topic is little bit difficult to understand, but I hope now you have got a proper conceptual clarity on this, and obviously in a detailed way we cover this in our class. Okay, thank you for watching this lecture.